everyone's bananas for Nano Banana, which might be the craziest sentence ever muttered on this channel. What is Nano Banana? How do we use it for image editing in Gemini? And what type of images and edits can we make? Let's jump into all of this and more. Hey friends, I'm Tasia Custode, and this is how to curate better images in Gemini using Nano Banana. First, what is Nano Banana? Nano Banana is the unofficial name for an AI image editing and generation model from Google, but where this stands apart is in its ability to generate and edit images with high consistency. It can understand and modify images based on contextual knowledge, enabling it to perform complex edits like changing styles, camera angles, characters, and more while maintaining that consistency. It's pretty wild, and we know how Google loves a naming convention, and they can call Nano Banana the unofficial name all they want, but they've really leaned into it, and frankly, it's the best name they've ever given anything. And you know who you are who came up with it. Good on you, girl. 10 out of 10. No notes. And Google has really done us a solid here. They have built a canvas where we can test out all kinds of different image edits so you can get a feel for it. If you head to goo.gle/pictureme, I've linked it in the description of this video, you're gonna sign into your Google account, and then you can upload a photo or use your camera to snap a pic, and you can choose from a bunch of preset themes here. You could time travel or change your fashion, see your pic as an 80s portrait, even create professional headshots. So I do encourage you to use this and get a feel for the capabilities. And just keep in mind, whatever you generate here will not be saved. So if you want to save these images, you'll have to save them out here. Now, I played around with the time traveler and seeing myself through the decades, here was the results. It was really, really fun. This Picture Me canvas is just an easy way to get started, get a feel for it, and play around. But there's a lot of things we can do with Nano Banana. We can add things to photos, replace things in photos. We can combine photos together. We can completely reimagine images. So keeping all that and more in mind, let's learn how to create images in Gemini using Nano Banana. And maybe let's start with something a little simpler and try to add something to one of our photos. From Gemini at gemini.google.com, you might notice at the top of your page, you've got a little banner urging you to try editing with Google's best image model, Nano Banana. You can click here, or if for some reason you don't see that, simply click on Tools in the prompt bar and click Create Images. You're gonna see that little banana to signify Nano Banana. Now this will work whether or not you're on 2.5 Flash or 2.5 Pro, by the way. So from here, simply add the photo that you want to edit. I'm gonna pick this selfie, and I'm gonna ask Gemini to add a bunch of Labubus. That's all I'm gonna say. And we'll hit enter and see how it does. Now this took about 5 seconds to generate, and here is the result. So I'm gonna click on it right in Gemini to make it bigger for you. Now here it's added a bunch of, I'll say Labubu-like dolls. I'm not really sure if Labubus are smooth, but that's okay. It's kind of crazy that it's added them to the background and the foreground, but you'll notice it's also changed the perspective of the image a little bit too. So it gave me an arm, and that looks pretty good really, though I didn't ask it to. It even pulled some of the pattern it noticed from the sheets in the background, which is kind of crazy. You're gonna notice that all the images created will have this Gemini watermark on it, and you can download the image from here too in the top right, so that's on the full screen, but then also back on the preview in the chat, you can download it as well. Now, Google says you can add something to the image without altering the rest of the image, which clearly it took some liberties here and altered the initial image on this test. So without spending a ton of time on this kind of same example of adding something to a picture, I uploaded this picture of Poppy, and I simply said add 100 tennis balls, leaving everything else the same. You can see here on the first attempt, it looks okay, but it did mess up the box in the background, which we don't want. Now that's okay. If you're unhappy with the generation, you can actually just click on redo right underneath the image, and Gemini is going to reattempt that image generation with the same prompt for you. And here is a much better example. Now, sure, I'm gonna count these balls. It doesn't look like 100 tennis balls, but this looks so realistic. Like Poppy is sitting with a bunch of tennis balls. I love this. I assume that's what Poppy dreams of every night. But let's move on to another use case and see if we can replace something in an image while leaving everything else the same. So here I've uploaded this wide angle shot of me outside. And let's ask Nano Banana to replace the palm trees with a dinosaur. That's all I'm gonna say. And here's what Nano Banana gave me. Okay, now is the dino standing on water in the pool? Yes. Do I care? No. This is pretty wild that with one prompt, it swapped out exactly what I wanted and kept everything else the same. Sure, it's silly that I had it swap palm trees for a dinosaur, but I really want you to start thinking and getting your wheels turning about how you can really use this to reimagine a photo with one prompt. You don't have to know how to edit anything, no skills required, just ask Gemini. So let's try to step things up a notch and combine some photos together. So I have uploaded 3 images here to Gemini, and I've asked it to put me in this sweater and this hat. But here's what it came up with. Clearly, it missed the mark on many levels. Oy. Anyway, you are supposed to be able to combine up to 13 images. Now, I had some better success during a different attempt, so let's check this out. I uploaded this picture of Brett, and then I uploaded the Lombardi trophy, and I asked Gemini to make him a fantasy football champion, hoisting the photo in a medium shot. And the first generation it gave, I said 2024 in the banner, and there were some text issues with the generation. So I prompted again, and I got more specific with the 2025 details. Now, it still struggles with that text generation, but here's the final one that I landed on. And honestly, it was good enough for his fantasy football league to razz all of his friends. When you think of what's actually happening here, it's really quite impressive, even with these little hiccups. We combined photos, we reimagined a scene, we set a completely different scene, all with one prompt. And you can imagine how this will only get better over time. I've had really great success with things like hair changes. So my prompt here was, give me short, rainbow colored hair. And it's really excelled. Like, am I gonna cut my hair into a bob? As Gwen Stefani once said, this is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Anyway, I also asked it in a follow-up to give me a 90s grunge look, and OMG, this is truly wild. Think of how easy this could be to create a Halloween look without actually having to dress up and get all of the costume ready, which I have been using Nano Banana to help me edit my Halloween photos further, but you know you're gonna have to wait to see those. So for now, I did do something else. So let me show you this. I took this selfie and I said, put me in the Wonder Woman 1984 superhero costume. Hello, this absolutely nailed it. Everything else stayed the same, and yet look at this incredible costume, perfectly fit and tailored to me. I'm shook. Think of virtual clothes try-ons. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can also zoom out or expand on a photo, which is really cool. So I took this photo and I prompted zoom out and reveal the entire pool with a dolphin swimming in it. So this is the first result I got. Yes, it changed the original picture, but I guess I didn't really specify it not to, and it's pretty cool nonetheless. So here I specified to zoom out and reveal the rest of the plane, but leave me the same. And it's really not bad. It changed that perspective a bit, but I'll take it because it kept me, or the essence of me, that consistency throughout the image. This really is something. I've been reimagining photos like what would this look like as pop art, and how cute is this result? Now again, don't look too closely at the text or we could nitpick all day. I also asked Nano Banana to turn this picture into a Puma workout print ad, and would you look at that? It's added the logo and a slogan. I'm both gooped and gagged. Like printed in Women's Health right now. And in a gag of all gags, I created this very video thumbnail by simply uploading my shot and saying she's holding a giant glowing banana. Look how it even added the glow to the side of my face while everything else remained the same. Incredible. Now I also had success with having it restore an old family photo, which was really meaningful to me. It really nailed it. You could also use Nano Banana to help decorate. Like change the paint color on the wall, or move this furniture around, or what would this outdoor landscaping look like? You can also use it to do local edits. So maybe you just want to remove something from the background. You can transform the image into something else entirely, like create a figurine. So I said here, turn the man, woman, and dog into action figures, into a collectible box. And this is really not bad at all. And I actually played around with a few figurine examples, and they are so cool. I also played around with some different styles, Frankly, I've never looked more fashionable thanks to their little picture me canvas. I've seen people using this for full-on brand marketing campaigns. Think of how you could do product photography with this and make it look like a professional photo shoot. We could quite literally be here all day if we went over every single example and use case for this, but hopefully this gets your wheels turning. And yes, this works on mobile in the same way. Shout out to the newly redesigned prompt bar on the bottom too, but you'll tap on that toggle and tap create image. Then follow the same steps of uploading or snapping your photo on the go, which is super fun, asking Nano Banana to get to work. So I asked for glam makeup here, and whew, that is a lot of makeup, but it sure is glam. And who would know besides me, or maybe that watermark on there, that I wasn't wearing any makeup at all when I really snapped that shot? So let's quickly review some important findings and some prompt tips that will hopefully help you generate better images. Because I did find sometimes that it simply shorts out, if you will. It won't generate anything for me. This happened with that picture me canvas I showed you earlier in the video, and then it happened again when I was trying to combine multiple photos. It just simply would not. The Gemini team is aware of this and they are working on a fix ASAP. I'm chalking it up to the fact that maybe with such a huge surge in users since Nano Banana's release, these hiccups are going to happen. I also find, as we've discovered in these examples, images tend to work best without text. I've always found Gemini struggles a bit on text generation in images, and unfortunately it's the same here so far. Again, the Gemini team is working on it. Now, in terms of prompts, the Gemini team shared some really great prompting tips with me in the hopes that we can get the most out of our image generation. So I want you to take notes because there's 6 steps. First, subject. So who or what is in the image? And please be specific here. The second thing you want to keep in mind is the composition. How is that shot framed? What do you want to see from that? Action. What is actually happening in this, or what do you want to happen? Location. So where does this scene take place, or where do you want it to take place? The style is important. So what is that overall aesthetic that you're going for? And then you could give it editing instructions. So this would be for modifying any of your existing images. They really want you to be direct and be specific. It's important to specify what you want to retain and what you want to change. And the more information you provide, the better. I find where it really excels is in that character consistency. And despite a couple hiccups, it really does a good job with that image blending. So like adding things, replacing things, and the like. It also excels at reimagining a character with different hair or clothes, all while maintaining that consistency. And it's also been really quick for me, generating images in about 5 seconds. And yes, you can work in stages. So you can ask for one simple change, let it generate that. Then you could ask for another change on top of that change, and so far, and keep iterating in steps. You don't have to do it all at once. And if you want to leave feedback for the team, be sure you're using the thumbs up and thumbs down buttons because the team does review that. And you guys can leave feedback directly in the comments of this video, and I'll be sure to pass it along to the Gemini team. Now, in terms of availability and image generation credits, so how many images can you generate or edit per day? Gemini Nano Banana is free for all Gemini users. Free Gemini 2.5 Pro users get 100 image generations per day. Anyone on the Google AI Ultra and Google AI Pro plans get up to 1,000 per day. Now I really want to know your thoughts. Are you bananas for Nano Banana? Let everyone know in the comments below what type of images you've been creating and if they've been successful or not. Drop that comment below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, I want to know. So give it a like, a share, or you can leave that comment below. You can click right about here to subscribe to my channel, and here for even more Gemini goodness. Thanks for watching. See you next time.